In either case, the Bronco chase did not look good.
He was doing like 65. He wasn't even speeding away.
Because right now, like baggy pants are like the thing. Clothes that seemingly don't, I don't know. They just feel odd to me all the way around. But I'm old. My wife calls me a boomer, even though she's older than I am. So
as a comic book enthusiast, Batman fanboy,
it's a stain on their
It's
reputation.
a joke. It's a joke. It
is called
it's
Joker.
It's not. So we know.
Episode 80.
80.
Ready to get into it?
Jerry Rice.
You look very nice with a hat. Very I feel like
Go O's, baby.
coordinated.
Go, oh my God, go O's.
Got a lot of O's fans in the room.
Yeah,
right
Cedric
now.
Mullins hit that.
Is that why you wore the shorts?
No.
To tie it all together.
Well, this is the problem. Okay.
Let me know.
As a black, right?
As a black man.
As a black, I was in the habit of just wearing ball caps just because they matched my sneakers, right?
Yes, I see that.
But since the O's have been getting like a lot of heat the past couple years, I had to stop with the other teams.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I got to.
A fair weather fan.
Then they came out with the City Connect one. And I was like, this is pretty neutral. I can wear this with like any color sneakers.
Doesn't the City Connect one have like the rainbow kind of colors, like the crazy colors on the inside?
Yeah.
What do we call that? It's not like a rainbow, but you know
I
what I'm
have
saying.
no idea what it's called.
It's like an amalgamation of a lot of different colors.
Yeah.
Not exclusively like rainbow colors, but you know what I'm saying.
It's just like camo rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
I do need to quickly call out, and I'm gonna just use safe language here.
Call out.
I will remind you about a month and a half, 2 months ago, we were discussing a certain 24-hour news channel who. Okay, stick with me. Hold on,
Let's go. I know
a certain 24-hour news network.
Yeah.
That was convinced that introducing shoes would connect
to certain
with
communities,
a certain diaspora. You know,
and
now you're over here proving.
I mean, I never look.
Maybe that is accurate.
We never said that the method was
flawed.
It was flawed.
Just the
product.
I understand.
And the person representing the product
Fair
was
enough.
they didn't execute well.
Fair enough.
They didn't think it all the way through.
Method proper practitioner.
There you go. There you go.
There it is.
All right, guys. Very good.
So yeah.
Taylor's over there like, get close to this conversation.
Anyway, I like the hat. That's all I was trying to get at. And so we'll go ahead and we'll crack into this bottle of Penelope, which you so generously brought with you.
Yeah.
I want to give us the backstory on why
happened
you
to be,
selected
I was
this
in
bottle?
my old neighborhood. If you watch the earlier shows, I was used to live in Upper Owings Mills, closer to Ricerstown. And it was a wholesale wine and spirit shop up that way. And it was probably one of my favorite spirit stores, that one and the spirit shop over here. And I dropped in because I was over that way. And I said, you got to lace me, give me something good. And he was like, all right, let's try this Penelope. And he knows all about the show. He watches the show. So he was very excited that I came in, gave me a discount. $2 off.
Right, I love it. Penelope,
I'll take
let's
it.
get into it. Okay. Let's see. Explores the depth and complexity. Different char? Oh. Explores the depth and complexity, different char, and I don't know why that sounds so weird to me. And toast levels have on our flavor profile. After full maturation, we finish straight rye whiskey in a new freshly toasted barrel. I didn't care for that paragraph at all. I really butchered it.
They had a
that's
bunch.
Okay.
They have the toasted bourbon. They have a bourbon. They have rye. And then they have the...
That was a good pop.
Yeah, not bad.
that was a good pop.
That was very satisfactory.
All right.
And then
Have
there's
we
another
had a
one.
Penelope before? I asked because my link was purple
No.
in Google when I...
Or was that your early onset of
We have not.
dementia?
Maybe.
I think this is our first bottle. We've discussed it before on the show.
That might have been
I
what
think it
is,
came up as an
Can I see that
option.
label one more time? Just quick. Thank you so much.
Also,
There you go. It does smell very
I know
nice,
we're
though.
a little early on this.
Yeah?
How much did you pay for this?
Go ahead.
Great
Wow.
question.
Wow, right out of the gate.
That's good.
I got... I don't know. It was 71. That's what the label said. But then there's tax.
And you got a $2 discount?
I got $2 discount. But then I got a Red Bull too. So it came up to $89 even.
Okay.
$80 even. Sorry.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
well.
you, sir, for once, you got a discount.
Yeah, I think you did good on that.
Yeah. because this normally retails at Beltway, $79.99.
79. Okay. So he gave me a little bit of discount, and I got a Red Bull all for 80. So
You know what? Actually, click the link and actually load it. Google does a really bad job indexing that because
hard time with that one.
at Beltway it's actually 71.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm looking. It's telling me.
Does it say Beltway in the top right corner?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, that's so weird.
Beltway? Yeah, 79.
All right. Sorry about that.
All right, so not a great deal.
nerds.
I mean,
Doesn't
maybe,
sound like
maybe not. It's a great deal.
Maybe, maybe not. TBD.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, very good.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, man. Thank you for
Episode
bringing
80.
this. Very good. Episode 80. Yeah, kind of a milestone. A little bit. Not,
It's
not
yeah.
remarkably so, but we're getting there.
Getting up there.
All right. The first thing that I had on the list today, it was kind of it was for Josh in particular. It's a great photo.
Well, is that your? Oh my god.
Everything comes back to the royal family one way or another. Disneyland. Now I know that's different than Disney World, but $1.9 billion expansion over the course of the next several decades.
That's
Thank
the
you
one
so
in
much.
California, right? Disneyland.
That's right. Now, I know that this news is probably, I don't know, maybe it's big for people that are into like the whole Disney thing. But you're not really a Disneyland connoisseur.
I've never been. Yeah.
Now, can you highlight
Yeah,
some of
no.
the reasons as to why Disneyland is not as, it doesn't seem as popular as Disney
I don't have
World.
a problem with Disneyland inherently. I've just never been.
throw.
Thank you.
What are like some of the key differences aside from like geographically? maybe
The
different
size.
places? Size.
That's probably the largest one. There's
Yeah.
there's four parks in Florida. There's 2, 1.5 in California. There's just a lot more space in Florida because it was all swampland. So,
And that was the original.
Disneyland, yeah.
Where it all kicked. No, Disneyland is the original.
Is the
Disney
original.
World is kind of the secondary.
That's right.
Okay.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
So you don't care at all about the expansion then. I thought it was kind of big news.
I mean,
It was a big
It
article.
seems like it's big news because
It's a lot of cash.
It's a lot of cash, right? I mean, I think it'll raise ticket prices pretty substantially, or
Is
they'll
Disneyland
use it
cheaper?
as an excuse. No, it's much more expensive.
Disneyland is much more expensive.
In the
Really?
dynamic of like $1.9 billion expansion, like how huge of an expansion is that? I know
That's a
you
great question.
You know what I mean? Like, is that like 3 roller coasters in a movie theater?
So the
or-
article does go on to specify some of the additions that they are making. Like they're bringing like the Avatar world and like all the whatever.
Oh, so they're making it like Disney
what
World.
do they call it? Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora.
something?
Pandora cost $500 million.
Yeah,
in
so they're
Florida.
putting one of those in, and there's some other things on there
Okay.
that they're expanding as
That
well.
makes it pretty big.
Yeah.
Why don't you just make
substantial.
it Disney
Although
World
they
West?
said that it was going to take decades to roll out, which seems like I don't know.
Sanctity.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I thought maybe that'd be fun for you, Josh, but perhaps not. You're not a Disneyland connoisseur.
I mean,
of any kind. You don't go.
I don't. I've
We're
never been.
moving on.
You know, it's also really expensive to get there.
Yeah.
You're just saying
Like-
to get out,
To
Like to
California.
get
West
across the
Coast.
country, and then you add hotel, and then you add ticket prices and whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty well invested. I've got my annual pass to Florida. I've already got a place to stay in Florida,
and
so
the
it's
annual
just much
pass
more
in
convenient.
Florida does not transfer.
No.
out
What?
west, does
It
it?
does not. And
That's
the annual
ridiculous.
pass in Florida covers all the parks. So you pay whatever it is. I think it's $1,400 for the top annual pass in Florida. It doesn't apply to Disneyland, and the Disneyland annual pass is more expensive, even though there's less.
So this is like the Disney park stepchild. Like,
Is it a nicer park?
I, again, couldn't say.
Yeah, but like the word on the street.
Most say no.
I would say no,
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Because there's just so much more to do
So
in
it's just
Florida.
more expensive because of like where it's located.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It's not like there's some big thing there, that big ticket item.
No.
It's just
No. Yeah, and all the rides are not all of them, but generally they're newer in Florida because it's a newer thing. There's Epcot, which is very popular with adults going to Disney for the drink around the world.
You get to
There's
California, Mickey Mouse has got
he's stoned.
he's got
Nice.
tattoos across his stomach.
That's right. I went to
Smoking
school.
cigarettes.
This is a derailing right here, but I went to school in high school with a girl who got a tattoo like right here, and it was her own name. And
Wow.
you don't want to forget.
and there were some really terrible jokes for that I can't make here, but
Absolutely.
here we are. I just thought it was when you just mentioned that, my mind threw back.
Do you have any awful tattoos on your stomach you want to share with us?
Not on my stomach.
All right.
I got some awful tattoos though.
Very good. We're moving on from the Disneyland thing. It wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Like, oh, hell yeah.
Well, if I had in advance, I could have prepared a statement. But
Billions.
here we go.
Into Disney, but no, here we
Billions.
are. Okay, OJ.
Oh, God rest.
Yeah. The boy, the juice. Oh boy. So I actually I don't know, maybe you don't follow OJ Simpson, right? He potentially killed his wife. You know what we're talking about?
Absolutely.
The juice.
OJ was a
Football star.
major
Bronco. The
Murderer.
whole thing.
football star.
Alleged.
There we go.
Allegedly.
So I've watched a lot. I mean, who hasn't seen documentaries on the OJ thing? But I threw one on. I was working from home, today.
Yeah.
Threw it on in the background because
Which one?
obviously it was on. If you go into like Max, HBO Max, whatever. There's a bunch of OJ stuff, but whatever. Like they had one that was like top rated or high rated. I just threw that on, or whatever. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. Went back down that rabbit hole. Anyway, just curious. Any thoughts on the passing?
I think the
OJ. First of all, do you think he's guilty? Really? See, because I'm pretty convinced that he did it, and you seem pretty on the fence.
because after learning more about it than I had actually intended with like the show and then like actual documentaries and stuff, I'm not gonna say he didn't do it, but he had something to do with it.
So you
Absolutely.
think he was an accomplice.
He was involved in some way. Did he actually commit the murders? I'm not gonna go as far as to say that. But I do feel like after all of the stuff I've read and seen and watched, I think he had some part in it. Some part in it.
This is such a divisive case. All these years later, here we
No,
are.
I think it's always been a divisive case. I
I'm saying it still remains.
I see.
It still remains.
There's so many like dynamics involved in this, like just in the OJ thing, like himself, right? Like it's so layered. And then you get to like, did he do it? And then you okay, you can say he didn't, you can say he did, and then you get to why. And then it turns into like that's the part that gets like divisive.
You don't think that he had a reason to.
No. I look, OJ is a crazy motherfucker, bro.
Sure.
Like if he did it, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
And if it came out today, I'd be like, well, I mean, but if it's he's so crazy that if it actually came out that someone else confesses and said that they did it, I wouldn't be surprised that he would come out and be like, he's lying, because I think
he's dead now.
Well, yeah.
So
well, of course
he's definitely not.
I think he's just an
confessing to anything at this
egotistical.
point.
He's an egotistical maniac, and getting this type of attention from it, even if he didn't do it, he's gonna try to manipulate it in somehow.
You think that he would lean into it a little bit just to create the controversy,
Exactly. Yeah.
and drum up the hype?
He did.
Yep.
He released a whole book about it.
Do
Yeah,
you
exactly.
think that he did it?
Do I think he did? Yeah, I think he did it.
If you're a betting man,
Yeah, if I'm a betting man, I think
he thinks he did it. If you had to put $50 down on it, you'd say he didn't.
Oh, if I had to put money on it,
you'd say he didn't do it.
I'd say he did it.
He did it.
If I had to put money on
Oh,
it,
there we
I'd say
go.
he did.
So you think he did it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he didn't do it.
Sure. Here we go.
You see what I'm saying? What? He didn't do it.
Even if he did.
Civilly, he did.
Civilly, he did.
responsible, yeah.
He's responsible.
Culpable.
Right? I don't know, man. It's a very, very strange. The whole thing about it is just super weird Hollywood shit. Like, what? Like, you just can't even wrap, like, down to the lawyers. Like, and part of me feels like it was all a cover-up. A conspiracy cover-up to cover up something else.
Sure,
to
right.
get us to not
like
pay attention.
The Bronco
you know what I mean?
chase is
Like-
really, for me, what's like, there's got to be something else
Like what
something
stocks
else.
were
Like, it's
trading
so
during
weird.
the Bronco chase?
Like, right?
I
Like,
get
what
it.
was going on that we're not
I get what you're saying.
pinpointing, that they had to drum up this entire fascination with OJ and Nicole to distract us for
I mean, it
how
could
many
even
years?
just be a late library book. Who's to say, you know?
In either case, the Bronco chase did not look good.
He was doing like 65. He wasn't even speeding away.
But he wasn't even driving. That's the crazy thing.
He had a gun to his friend's head.
Bro.
It's not like they're just taking a lap around the block.
But he was still only doing. Someone's got a gun to me, and they're like floored.
And there was like 90 cop cars behind them. It's a chase.
It wasn't.
It's a chase by definition.
It was.
You cannot tell me because he was going under 65, it's not
it's
a
a heavy
chase.
following.
They were escorting him out wherever he was going. And they just, they ran out of gas or something? Like they just stopped?
You were saying because they didn't just like T-bone him or something.
Bro.
Are you saying the cops were on board with something? Is that your thought?
Blow that car up. He is alleged murderer on the run on a high
But he
speed
had a
chase.
hostage
Also the
with him.
juice.
You guys have shot people
He
for
is
less.
also the juice.
Can't shoot
Who's
the
juice?
Who's you guys?
Also the juice.
You know what I'm saying?
I've not shot anybody.
During that time, LAPD wasn't the most popular
No.
with black
Sure,
people. So why
sure.
are you all of a sudden being nice to OJ and just cruising behind him? He's doing 60 and you're doing 45.
Because they were trying to be nice. They were
They're
like,
also
damn, we've
on.
been
They're also
assholes.
a nationwide
Now
TV
we're
at
gonna
that
be
point.
nice.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna be nice.
Yeah, the camera's on them. They got to like straighten up.
Ridiculous. Get him out of
But
here.
when the other camera's on him,
It was going to be another 20 years before they could just blatantly kill a black man and get away with it. I mean,
It's true.
Rest in peace, George.
and that is I think that is the overall good of the OJ situation.
Is that they didn't treat him like he was black?
Yeah, that's it.
That's his problem. That's OJ's problem outside of the entire
Yeah.
this entire thing. OJ's problem is, you've heard the
He thought he transcended.
he
blackness.
thought he didn't think he transcended blackness. He thought he transcended people.
True.
He thought he was a god.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, hey,
Like
when you
Kanye.
put when
Yes,
you put
very
when
much
you put
like
278 on Alliance, you might got that Moby.
But yeah, man, if I had to say he did it, yeah.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I was
did
just
it.
curious, obviously.
No, he did that shit.
It's popping back up in.
He did that shit, but he ain't do that shit.
Okay. All right.
That's the end. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He did that shit.
Fair enough. All right.
Even if he did.
also,
But he did that.
why is this the photo? I really hate full screen mode.
Have you put Kate Middleton up here?
Now I've lost my mouse. I'm out of commission, guys. Oh,
You
there,
don't
I
have the
found it.
mouse anymore?
Why is this the picture that was chosen for her Wikipedia page?
Nicole Simpson.
That's. I mean, you could.
She's
you
been
could,
startled by something.
You could log in.
OJ.
Yeah.
OJ. Yeah, that's
That's right.
like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Good call. All right, guys. Let's
You
feel
could
good.
log-
Let's feel good moment.
You could log in and change the picture for her if you wanted.
After doing this show,
I got nothing.
right? And I tell you guys all the time, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
And then you say shit like that.
I'll just entertain it for a little bit.
I
because
love that you are going into the conspiracy rabbit hole with me. I feel like for a long time I was really.
you're the only one.
The only
You're the
one.
here.
I would get to the very end of the show and I'd be like, guys, guess what I heard? But I love that you're going there with me. I agree with you 100% though on that. Like maybe something weird was going on while the Bronco chase was unfolding.
And I don't know.
It was
there-
very distracting.
Could there be a orchestrating organization in the world that's like, yeah, we need y'all to drum something up? But I'm just like,
yeah,
who's
it's
the guy?
Spectre.
Who's the guy that's
You
like,
haven't seen that Bond film?
oh yeah,
The Illuminati.
but like, who's the guy
all
that's
got
like, you know what?
rings.
Let's use OJ of all people. You know, like, okay, I get it, I guess, but like OJ. But then after,
But it was a very controversial time, as you said, in LA.
Yeah.
It was a powder keg. If you take an icon, like a black icon like that, and
accuse him of
murdering his
blonde
white
hair,
wife,
blue haired white wife.
his
Yeah,
white
it's
wife.
crazy. It
Yeah.
literally divided the country. At that.
It's explosive, dude.
It's still so divisive,
It's explosive.
right? Like I think as millennials,
I know you were letting him off the hook as soon as I mentioned OJ.
who OJ?
You, yeah. I was like,
I
was
said
like,
he did that
OJ
shit.
died, and you were like, is innocent as a flower. He died. Rest in peace.
No,
OJ.
but like I think we as like
Rest in innocence.
we were children when it happened, so we don't really have a
What year was it? Sorry.
90.
94.
Okay.
Right. We don't we don't have an attachment to OJ. That when it happened, that's the first time I like remember hearing his name. Like I never, and then I was like, oh, he was a football star. I'm 9 years old when this goes down. So I'm like,
and he was retired then too.
Exactly, and he was retired then. So I don't know anything about him. So adults in that time are like, black adults are like, no way OJ did this.
Jack just texted me and said it was CTE.
Hey man,
Dude, had that been
I feel like you can speak up. I feel like that's.
you can talk here,
like
bro.
that's all right.
You can certainly say
Can
something.
Peanut Gallery not speak, or can we speak?
No, you
Oh,
can
yeah,
say
you absolutely
something.
talk. Yeah,
I
you can.
definitely think of it. If he did kill them, it was like CTE or something like that. It might have been like the first like couple signs of it. I feel like there was a lot of NFL players that were on like the Steelers back in the day that like unfortunately like shot themselves in their car.
Oh,
and that was
yeah.
like kind of around the same time that OJ was, you know.
I mean, it does kind of make sense. He did kind of go off the deep end.
Yeah, and how he,
You know,
you were saying
after
he
that.
separated himself from the people. Like,
Wasn't
I
there
think
conspiracy
CTE
that
had
it
a
was
lot to
his
do with
son?
That's
yeah,
what
so
they're.
that's
the ongoing
the
conspiracy
going-
right now.
If he didn't do it, that's who everyone is saying.
I could see it being either.
Yeah,
I could see him covering up for his son, or
his
covering up for
son
himself.
covering up. Yeah, I could see it. I don't listen. If he wasn't hands on, he had something to do with it.
It's also blatant jealousy. Oh, my wife
He
is
was a
out with
jealous
another
boy.
man.
Oh,
He's a jealous boy.
he's OJ.
He was a touch handsy too.
He's a
Yeah.
crazy. He's crazy.
He,
He's probably
he
the
liked to
biggest
throw him around a
narcissist.
little bit.
In the
crazy.
entertainment industry's ever seen.
You know,
who do you know who else called themselves their own nickname?
That is true.
spoke
Kanye
about
West.
himself in the third person.
Kanye West.
Yay.
Kanye West. And
Yay.
Kanye West,
1000%.
OJ,
Maybe
and The
Kanye
Rock.
got CTE.
Oh, The Rock is a good one too.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock the boy. Josh, why don't you introduce us to?
Oh yeah, sorry about this. So,
Yes.
Erica is here. Erica's my sister. Jack, her boyfriend, also here. Jack is watches the show quite frequently.
Let's go.
Actually, and comments.
Yeah, have you ever seen Jay
on
Moore the
YouTube.
Floor comment on there? That was
Oh, that's you. Okay. Welcome.
So
man.
for a
Good
long
day.
time, Jack and I have been talking about him coming to a taping,
Hell
and
yeah.
it hasn't worked out for one reason or another. So
Love it.
it worked out today. So here we are.
Welcome,
Appreciate it,
man.
guys.
Glad
It's
to-
great.
Yep.
We're doing it live.
That's
I
right.
love it. All right, moving on to another controversial topic. This is going to be interesting. I read about this today. So, it wasn't a news article per se, but I did come across this bit of information. A husband created an OnlyFans using his wife's fitness photos. She has a fitness influencer account. She's trying to get off the ground, right? Nothing, I guess,
Oh,
explicitly.
so she's already trying to be a.
She's trying to
influencer.
be a fitness influencer. She's at the gym. She's taking pictures of herself working out. She's posting these photos. She's posting like, how do you get fit or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I'm not seeing the account. Anyway,
This is how you get abs.
the husband goes ahead and creates an OnlyFans of his wife behind her back. She doesn't know. Starts posting her fitness photos on the OnlyFans account. And he starts making $400 a month off of himself just reposting.
Oh, he's
the
not
fitness
sharing?
photos. He reveals to her shortly after, like, we're now starting to make money off of this thing, that the account exists.
She wasn't working hard enough.
She divorces him. That's the outcome of the story.
She divorced him?
I wish I could find this. I can't find this at all. I mean,
You
I
can
trust,
find this?
I trust that it happened, but I
You
can't.
can find
come
this.
on.
I'll tell you where I got this. I got this on Reddit. You can get this on Reddit.
Oh, well, that should be easy.
Yeah. I got this on Reddit. It was in like popular or news. I can't remember where it was. Can't remember which like feed it was on, but I was scrolling, looking
Searching
for fun
Reddit and
tidbits.
OnlyFans is the worst Google.
You'll be fine.
Got that private brand.
Reddit fake OnlyFans. Reddit husband.
Reddit fitness OnlyFans.
Yeah, you could search those
Fake.
things. So she, I guess, posted this thing, just kind of, I guess, trying to, I don't know, I guess
Venting?
trying to vent, drum up some support for the divorce, see if she was, I don't know, being ridiculous or
I mean, it's not
absurd.
like he was posting
but-
her butthole. Like, he just posted fitness
I've not
photos.
seen the photos, so I don't know. But
I mean,
there are clearly. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I mean, he
there's
could. He could have
guys
snuck in a
buying-
few, right?
That wasn't laid out in the story. It was laid out as if like she was trying to create this thing of her that was like very fitness and educational, like directed, and he took all of that content behind her back and sold it to, I guess,
Okay.
Pervy
You
dudes.
can look at this a few ways.
Pervy dudes.
All right. What she was doing wasn't working, and he's like, look, okay. 1, 2, right? I mean, if it was literally just the same photos that she's putting on Instagram and he's just reposting them on OnlyFans, like any stranger could have did that. She's lucky it was her husband.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I think, I don't know what they already had going on in her marriage, but I think any income is good income, and we could have worked it out. Like, how can we leverage this?
Yeah. So
Like,
some,
how can we get
some
more?
additional context, not to get too far into the weeds, but it seemed as if he maybe was perhaps doing it to try to prove a point that she would be able to make more money doing this.
Oh, so he
than
did
the
it as a
fitness thing.
gift.
I think he was trying to like basically be like, the fitness thing is a waste
There you
of your
go.
time. Like, do the OnlyFans. Like, this is where the money's at. Like, I don't know if it was done with like, I don't know, positive intent per se. I think she took it as slight.
As a slight.
As a slight, yeah.
Now, if he took like the $400 a month and was like tricking
This
off,
is it right here. This is it right here. Exactly. I wasn't trying
that's something different.
Yeah, I wasn't really trying
If
to.
they
like,
were beefing and they're separated already and he's just taking her pictures to make money to go to the titty bar, then
Yeah.
that's something different.
I wasn't trying to put too fine a point on it, but here we are. So far, he's made $379.
So this is the wife making this post on Reddit.
Yes, correct.
All right, I thought this was more of a news story, but okay, this is good. This
I
is
was
good.
scrolling across. I
like
I
this.
saw this, and I thought, what an interesting, duality we're faced with here.
So far, he's made $379 this month. He was almost giddy as he told me that we could make $100K easily if we put some work into the account. All right, so he's saying we.
He's probably a fat, lazy.
I'm 33. He's 35. No kids, but we do have a dog. I'm not sure if joint custody of the dog is. I hate this.
All right.
She's too high on herself.
So let's back out of the situation like just a little bit.
She's the
okay.
victim
Do
here.
you
I'm not going to say
think-
that.
If you did this, like your wife has photos on social media. I'm not saying they're fitness related, but she's out there doing, I don't know, whatever posts
Stuff.
she makes, right?
Yeah.
You
be very objective and judgmental.
you create an account.
Oh,
For
yes,
her.
of course we can.
That's the moderator.
Oh, yeah, yep. I see what you're doing here.
What's happening?
Ms.
Oh,
Ms.
go to
Fitness
her.
is her name. Okay, I'm with you.
That's not a real person.
I'm liking this. I'm liking where this is going.
So now we're deep diving on
Nope.
this person.
Is it a new account?
I mean, I don't think that
5,300
April
posts on
17th, 2024. Yeah, it's a new account.
Cake day.
well, the post obviously has gone a little viral,
Yeah.
which is why probably the post karma, I'm guessing. But anyway,
Lol, I'm not outing myself to thousands of people online. I appreciate the thought, though.
if you did this for your wife,
4.
and
Yeah,
you
keyword.
didn't, well, you did this, I
For-
guess for
for
your
my-
wife.
Yeah.
Sure. Is this going over in your household, or are you out on the?
I think with the stigma associated
streets.
with OnlyFans, I do feel like there's some real estate to be angry, right?
Yeah.
Because if someone were to Google you or whatever, or reverse Google your image, and it pops up on an OnlyFans, and you're like, yo, what the hell? Like, how am I even here? 1, and 2, who is making money off of me?
Do you think she's more mad about the fact that you did it, or about the
Yeah.
fact that you're taking the money off of it?
I think it's more about the betrayal, and then him
Okay.
kind of saying, yo, like, if you like put some work into it, you know what he means, that we could make, easy money. I think that's what she's upset about. It's more like a betrayal thing. Like I would, he's basically catfishing people with her
Sure.
stuff.
No, I get that.
He's looking at it like he's a manager.
Yeah, he's pimping out his wife.
Yeah. And
So you're
The only woman in the room.
Yeah, as the only woman
Yeah.
in the room, you're harshly against this concept.
I'm not harshly against. I will say it should have been a conversation.
there you
But
go.
I will say, if it is on OnlyFans and you're making $400 a month,
Let's talk about it. It's a conversation now, right?
I, as a woman,
Right?
would appreciate it. I'd be like, damn.
I'm making
okay.
that much.
Okay.
What you buying me with that $400?
What you buying me with that $400?
Boom, right?
People are appreciating this. if they're appreciating it for the wrong reason,
I mean,
What is
So
the
be-
right?
that's-
What is the
so
right
what's the
reason?
That's
reason?
the
fitness.
thing.
She's trying to be a fitness influencer.
yeah, but I don't think anybody. But I get what you're saying, but I
Sure,
don't know
I
if
get
people
it.
on OnlyFans are like buying this content because of the fitness qualities.
Yes, I agree.
Right? I think that like inherently there is a, I don't know, some like explicit probably meaning behind what they're doing. I don't know, or whatever usage cases.
It's OnlyFans. So if you're on there
5 can't breathe.
looking at stuff, then then that's what you're there for. I mean, that's what I would think. I don't.
You have to assume
account,
these
so I
people
don't
are
even
doing
know how
the
to-
worst with this content.
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
best.
The worst
Right.
is crazy.
The what?
I don't know.
For OnlyFans.
They're definitely doing the
Oh,
worst with this.
I think people are doing it.
It also
They're
depends.
doing. They're not doing what she intended them
What
to
is
do.
he labeling it as?
That
Right?
too. Like, what
so
is
many
he
good
doing?
questions
Right?
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
sure.
need to see the account.
And what is she labeling it as?
True.
Can we send this video to the OP?
I mean, clearly
Exclusive interview.
her intent was not to distribute on OnlyFans, otherwise she would have been doing it. If she thought that there was a market for the content that she was creating on OnlyFans.
But she
would put
did.
it
She
there.
said my goal was to hit with my milestone goal. I hit with my business page. Like
You
this
could
was
have
her.
done that by putting your
You
ad.
could have did it right on OnlyFans.
No, but she did that on Instagram or something.
Yeah, she put it. She
Also, does she specify? I don't know that she does. Does she specify what the milestone is?
no.
Because I don't really know if it's like a truly unbiased article in the sense that she's saying, listen, my account is doing great as is.
Yeah,
I'm hitting
no,
my
no, she
milestones.
does not.
He actually is putting numbers on this.
Yeah.
$379 a month.
Yeah.
I don't know what her goal was. Could have been 100 followers.
I'm not
That too.
advocating this guy, but he's clearly the business brains.
He's
behind
the
what's going
the
on.
entrepreneur in the family.
He
Is that
figured
what
it
you're
out.
saying?
He's like, look, she gonna put these pictures up here for free. I'm gonna put them over here. Now, I don't know this guy. That's probably not his intention at all. But it's from reading just this skeleton right here. That seems like what he
Here's my
did.
thing. I'm not outing myself for thousands of people online.
Why not?
That's exactly
What she's doing with the
Yes.
whatever.
Why would you go to a park and then type this all out? This is my thing, Mitch, which is a bigger thing. Why are people going on Facebook and going, "Hey, everybody, I have a very important personal life decision to make. Let me ask you what I should do." Like, don't fucking do that.
No.
Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is. Don't do that. Just go to the lawyer.
Yeah. I'm reading the first
She
paragraph.
probably feels like she could be overreacting, maybe.
Oh, of course. Why
she's
ask?
trying to
Why ask
vet-
idiots on the internet?
Oh, yeah.
And maybe this is my thought process versus any other person. Sure, but
And then me in the comments.
I mean, it is
So
an
what do
am
the
I
pictures look
overreacting?
like?
well, so that's the comment. But Isaiah's on, I think, the comments right now. One of her comments
how bad
says,
were the pictures? You want to
one of
show
her
us?
comments says something like, "Did all the incels decide to come out at the same point?" Something like that. Holy crap! Do you incels all plan on arriving here at the same time?
This should definitely be /r/am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I also think a big thing too would be like, what kind of pictures is he posting?
Yeah.
Like, are we talking? Like,
Are they just feet?
Yeah. See, like that's what I was gonna get at. Like, if it was just her feet, for example, would you have a different opinion on it than it would be like her entire body, for example?
I don't
Right.
know.
But I also think
Who's working out with only their feet?
But I also
I'm not.
think
I'm
it's
saying in general.
it's the fact that he didn't say anything to her. Like the conversation was never
Yeah,
had.
100%.
That's
Yeah,
deceiving.
I think we
That's
can
the deceiving
all. I think we
part.
can all
Yeah.
agree that it's
That's
a
very
little
deceiving.
The
shitty.
dishonesty
Yeah.
part is not great. I think probably what he was trying to do is like prove a point of like, hey, like I can take your photos and I can accomplish
Way
financial
more,
gain
and I'm
with
not even
them.
breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how
I
many
don't
times
know.
can I take you to Target for $400 a month?
A lot.
I mean, maybe he.
That's
But if he's saying, I mean, I don't know. He is saying you can make $100K. That's different. I mean, that's obviously more than $400 a month. I think if they were to get it,
he said. If I put in some work,
I think he was like he's showing that like he has built a base. So now
he knows
he's
That
trying
could very
to.
well mean more constant posting. Because if he's taking what's on her Instagram already, it's not like he's taking anything that is private or anything like that. He's purely taking what's on her Instagram
and
and putting it on OnlyFans.
Yes, that's what is suggested in this.
he's basically saying that.
Meaning, if you just try a little, if we're just taking at face value what he's saying, not even trying to read into it,
Girl, you show some butt.
not even trying to read into
We can be
it,
some
that far.
millionaires.
If you post a bit more,
Oh yeah, in
if you post a
layman's,
bit
he's
more,
basically like, look,
we
if you
can
put,
make more money.
don't forget what you're doing over here. I done made you $400 a month doing the bare minimum with what you already have. Come over here.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying
it's
to
just
figure out.
deceiving.
That's
Yeah,
what I
it's
really
very
want to
deceiving.
know. Like, okay, what is her Instagram following like? Because if she's at like 50,000 followers and she's getting, you know, like a constant 1,000 likes on her pictures, then all right,
There's some.
she
was already
kind
kind
of chill out.
yeah, you were doing the most.
with that OnlyFans.
If
but if you had 500,
she got like 233 followers.
No, we gonna do this. We gonna do this OnlyFans.
We doing this the other way. Yeah, I've given you 30 days. You got 233 followers. It's not working. Now we do it my way.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create OnlyFans accounts, and you're gonna take your wife's pictures. I'm gonna take my wife's pictures,
Yeah.
the ones that are publicly accessible,
Some flex funds.
and we're gonna see what we can make happen.
And then and it's fair.
Yeah.
We take them to a nice dinner. Go to the Ruxton.
And I think it's fair because we have discussed this in a public forum.
Yeah.
If they're not watching
I
it to
know
know,
for a
that's
fact-
not
I
our
know
problem.
Then I
for
know
a
you don't
fact.
support me.
Yeah,
trying to support you.
Emily will not listen to this 100%. So
And that's her problem.
I'm good.
See, Chanel
I'm
surprises
in the
me.
clear.
She'll miss like 2 or 3 episodes, and then,
clear.
then she'll randomly text me
Oh, so I'm an OnlyFans.
a joke. Oh no, right, exactly. So I don't know.
I also will say divorce is crazy. That was
Yeah.
your first jump.
Yeah, she jumped right to divorce because of this.
she was upset.
I don't know. Maybe they had
She's
like
upset.
a really a bond of honesty, and this was like.
I mean, it's definitely a dishonest thing.
people
There's
stand on
definitely
their
some
values,
deceit
man.
there,
Like I mean,
for sure.
you know,
And again, I don't know what the photos were. And like I said, people are definitely not using them for fitness purposes.
they're definitely.
So it's definitely a misuse of probably what she intended. I can understand why somebody might be upset about that. All right. Moving on. I have a question for you or a topic for you that's not on the list. I just kind of thought about this. I was having this conversation earlier with some people. I can't. So
Is some people JW?
JW was a part of the conversation, to be honest,
Great.
but it had more to do with his wife and
Oh no.
other women.
She
Jen-
was the Jack. She was on the Vanderpump Rules conversation.
Yes.
Or
Yeah, yeah,
episode. Yeah.
So Gen Z,
What about them?
yeah, right?
We're here.
She's got 2. In
Yeah,
the
are
room.
you? Who got Gen
Three
Z in
in
the
the
room?
room.
You guys are all Gen Z.
I was
Okay.
99.
My God, perfect, fantastic. Okay, so
ruining the market? But okay.
You know what? All right.
there is
That's who's buying gold shoes right there.
yeah. There's a fashion thing going on out there, and I
Okay.
don't know if this translates. Like, as you're
Hold on,
gonna,
I have a serious
you're gonna, yeah. Go ahead.
because I might have to back out of this one. Is this amongst the blacks or the
Accuse
whites?
yourself.
Well, so this is
Which
what I
one?
want to get to. This is what I want to get to. I'm trying to learn a little bit about whether or not this is something that you face in the black community as well.
Okay.
Because I had been getting ostracized.
I love
I
whenever he
don't-
leans into the microphone and then talks quietly.
I don't wear like the big baggy pants.
Okay.
Like the big baggy pants, you know, like
Yeah,
the
they're making a comeback.
the boot cut,
Yeah.
the Travis Kelce, you know,
Yeah, they're coming back.
swashbuckling,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
those things,
Okay.
the bell bottoms.
Continue.
So, and that like Gen Z's bringing those back.
Yeah, they're bringing them back.
You know?
It was a big thing when we were young. in
Don't
the
know
90s.
why, but here we are.
Yeah, you're not a
Here
fan.
we are.
Very against them.
Okay.
As I said the other day to a peer, why are we wearing these ugly ass pants?
Well, there we go. There's one. I love it. But it's out there. I'm getting flack for it left and right. I'm dodging remarks like Neo in the Matrix. All right. So do you guys deal with similar things? Like does Gen Z come up to you and like,
Yeah.
what's up with these shorts?
What's wrong with your
idiot?
shorts?
Yeah.
They just
Cool hat, bro.
yeah.
Like what hat? I don't know. Tell me. Because right now, like baggy pants are like the thing. Clothes that seemingly don't. I don't know. They just feel odd to me all the way around. But I'm old. My wife calls me a boomer, even though she's older than I am. So, so
I get
these are the things I'm dealing
I get
with.
some hate here and there, like from like my son.
Yeah, but what does he say to you? And does it like?
He just like
How old is he?
6, 17.
Is there a comparable fashion trend? Is there something that is like that in the community that you don't get?
Oh.
Like everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. The dirty Air Force One.
Oh,
Dirty Air Force One.
The
Can we get a photo of this?
The dirty
definitely
Air
can.
Force One.
Preach.
Is this this is like a Gen Z thing?
No.
Dirty Air
No, no,
Force.
no.
No.
This is a very specific subculture of
I-
generation.
I hate this. I hate
I
the
would
Okay.
It's y'all.
Clarify.
It's still y'all.
This is not.
That's y'all. That's y'all gang.
Don't put our name on that.
That's y'all gang.
This is not. This is
Look
not
at this.
Isaiah.
Put trend. Put Dirty Air Force
Yeah,
One trend.
Dirty AF1s. Here's an Instagram. I mean, obviously that's just their
I need
name,
to see
but
what we're talking about.
Are they on OnlyFans?
Is this consistent?
Yes.
With what we're
This
talking
is what-
about?
This is we're tracking right here. So
Okay.
the era
If you
I'm
click
from.
This one, the one right with the asphalt in it.
Yeah, that's my wife's. That's my
which
wife's
one?
foot
Yeah,
right
that one
there.
right there.
this one. Oh, this one. Yeah. Oh nope, can't do that because I don't.
It's okay. This is
Don't pay
good.
attention to all of
We're
those
zoomed
pictures.
in.
All of them are white people.
And that is where I was going with this.
I will
That
say,
is not a trend amongst the blacks.
It is a white
That's
girl
a those
special.
are
Well, we got one.
They got some
on the
black
right
legs
side.
right there.
Yeah.
There's some black legs right there.
True. But I will say what
This
I
is a
see
fun
most
game.
Where are
guys.
the black
white
legs?
women.
Right there.
I'm gonna say
thinking-
on the
I'm thinking here.
Maybe Rob. Maybe on the right.
And here.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe these. Maybe these
I
three.
think that photo there on the left and that one up on the right. Those are the same same set of.
Good call.
What
Good
worries
call.
me
Good
is-
call. Yeah.
What worries me
I
is
wanted Air Force.
the
Okay.
lack of those black socks. They worry me.
The black socks and the white shoes.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that worries me.
Black
That's-
socks, white shoes are not
that-
allowed in the church.
That's
pretty
crazy.
wild.
That reeks of.
I'll go with you on
That
this.
reeks of Oreo cookie.
Okay, so but Isaiah, are we saying that this is a Gen Z white thing?
I've seen it amongst because my niece is 17. My son is 17. I've
Yeah.
seen it in their crowd. Where I'm from, I don't want to say I'm from I grew up in the 90s. I'm very much influenced by hip hop culture.
Yeah.
And it was very much a thing, like, even now that I can afford to do it, Air Force One's crispy white. Now that I can afford it, I'm wearing them 2 and 3 times and then I'm getting another pair, right?
You're wearing that pair of shoes.
Yeah, like 2
or 3 times.
I got like 4 pair in my closet right now. Right? But like back when I was a teenager and this was like
I think there's another problem here.
the crispy Air Force One was a trend.
Yeah.
Right? Like
We have to
we are
unpack so
cleaning
much.
these things
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
bone
They're never
every
going
night.
to look
They
like
never
do
look like
you-
that.
But do you think
this is never gonna happen?
so? But is that the reason for the trend? Is kind of like a
Yeah, I think so.
they're kind of
It's a spit in our face.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Because I'm the Gen Z who's right on the cusp of like 97 is
Sure.
some people say it's millennial, some people say it's Gen Z.
Yeah.
I
gotcha.
okay, I'm Gen Z.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
Okay.
all of my cousins that I hung out around are a good bit years older than me. So Kortney being one of them. All of their trends that I grew up following behind, I still hold a lot of those principles to myself. So keeping clean shoes is like it's priority number one.
Yeah.
The shoe, the outfit may be not the best, but my shoes are clean.
Yeah.
I started this show talking about hats. The hat has to be fresh and the sneakers got to be clean.
But Gen Z doesn't care about the hat.
And they
or the
don't care.
sneakers.
Their hats are dirty.
I disagree. I disagree.
No, that
you
hat's
said
fine.
97?
That hat's fine.
Yeah.
I'm 2000.
So it's the young Gen Z.
And the conversation, yeah, I agree. Yes.
So
But
what's
the
the-
conversation at school was, why do your shoes look like that? Your shoes are dirty.
See,
What's,
Oh,
what's,
your
so it's the
outfit
young,
isn't
it's the
right.
it's the
what's the
teenage
cutoff
Gen
for
Z.
Gen Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
What's
the
the
I
what's the
also
range?
would say is like going with what you said. Like I grew up
Late
with
90s,
people who are
early
way older than me.
2010s.
Yeah.
So
So
I didn't really grow up with like
1990
the Gen Z
2010?
culture. as, like,
Late
my main
90s.
focus.
I grew up with
So
90s.
90,
Same
98 through
Okay.
2008, maybe.
So we're talking
2010?
about like the late Gen Zers, like 2006, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Those
and that's who I'm.
turning 21 this year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
not you.
Because even my little, my little sister,
Yeah.
she is very much of that don't look right. That dirty
There you
stuff
go.
don't look right.
97 to 12, according to this Wikipedia article.
Oh,
So
Zoomer.
15
Oh, wow.
years.
Zoomers? That's what they're called?
Yeah.
Ew.
That's what the Z stands for.
Yo, generation.
I thought it was
Alpha?
Generation Z.
Ooh.
Silent generation. They
Well-
fucking cooked.
And the lost generation, too. Where are they? Oh, they're dead. That's right.
Oh, God rest.
Dude, look at the greatest generation. How does
Yeah.
that? How do you even score that title?
With
Those are our
World War One.
World War I, World War II,
Oh, yeah, right. World War II, yeah.
racism, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah. You are really pulling it out.
Look at you. All right. So
Greatest generation.
we'll end
Jeez.
on the dirty Air Force Ones.
I hate it, man. I hate it so much.
No, that's it. That's the thing for you that gets you the most, huh?
There's something
Yeah.
about looking clean.
And
Yes.
this tweet right here.
You like, yep.
Women
I
in
get
LA
it.
be wearing dirty Air Force Ones with high socks. Where the fuck did this fashion trend come
How
from?
are you getting them so dirty?
Well,
What are you doing?
You're just wearing them.
Day
You're
to
just
day.
wearing them.
They-
Every
they-
day.
Wearing
just-
it, and I think that's the problem. They're just
lack of
they're
concern.
another shoe that's meant to be just worn.
No.
I heard
have-
a reference to them, and someone called them the no fear Air Force Ones. Because my culture, I fear wearing my Air Force Ones out because I'm like, this is it. I'm cracking the eggshell. At some point, they're gonna get dust, a mark, and then I got to start the decline of them. Right? No, they don't.
Do you
It's no
know
fear for them, they
I
don't
would
care.
not even drive with my Air Force.
I still
Ones on
don't.
my feet.
You drove
You
over
can't
here
get
with
grease
me.
in 'em.
They
I
will
took them off.
sit
I put them in the
they will
trunk,
sit
and I had
in
my
the
slippers on,
passenger
and I
seat.
got out. I put my shoes on,
And
and
I
we
will
came
put them on
inside.
where I get where I'm going.
Yeah,
But that right foot, okay, toe bends. I'm not messing up the crease.
it gets the black stuff on the corner from
Yeah,
from
no,
the
that's
car
not
mat.
happening.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I don't know, man. Maybe just don't wear white shoes.
Do you remember?
That's
that coworker that we? I don't know if you were around for the time.
Which one?
Thomas. I think his name was
Fiacco?
Yeah, right.
Bro, I will talk off air.
Okay, yeah, right. Great. Good. That's why I didn't really say his name.
Can't drag a boy in public.
God.
That's not fair.
Oh,
All right. ISS, man. Crashes into Florida home. Not the whole thing, mind you.
why's
but
everything
parts.
happening
just a
in
bit.
Florida?
Now, they are decommissioning the International Space Station. It's coming to...
Is this transition?
Because this was supposed to burn up, right?
Yeah, there was a
transition to?
bunch of it that was supposed to burn up, and this made it through the.
So
Burn up.
can I pose a question?
Yeah, fire away.
Are the materials used to create these space stations, are they used with the intention or regulated with the intention that if they were to come back, they will burn up in the atmosphere?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
You
and
guys
somebody just messed
Are
up.
very confident.
Well, the
of that.
idea is that it's not necessarily designed to burn up so much as they just assume everything would burn up.
Oh
in
yeah,
that
it'll
amount of
burn
heat,
up like
you
that.
know?
Like it won't
But
make
clearly,
Clearly, it doesn't always work that way.
Right.
Sure.
so I don't know, man. It seems
Sure.
like
I
could
honestly
be
would say no,
dicey.
because there's a point in the Pacific Ocean called Point Nemo where they put stuff down in because it's the farthest point away from.
and that
There you
is
go.
where they're planning on decommissioning it in 2031. Yes.
So this thing is just going to crash out of the sky
Bits
like
of
an
it.
inferno.
It's going to be like, it's going to be an inferno until a certain point, and then it'll just be a shower of small pieces of metal.
Like the Transformers coming
It'll
down.
burn up to a point.
exactly. That's exactly what I was
Is it going to
thinking
be
about.
like a
Brain.
fun show to watch though?
If you can see it.
Like, is it going to be like a shower of light?
Like last week when they had us
Probably
all
a few minutes at most.
Somebody's got to be monitoring
Sure.
this.
I'm thinking like maybe 5-10 minutes at most.
That's a pretty good amount of time.
Truth.
I mean, the eclipse wasn't even that long.
And if it was any more impressive than the eclipse was, I'm
Do
there.
I need the silly low glasses?
You do not need the silly. I
They're
mean, I
gonna-
guess if the sun is in front of you, then yeah, you do.
Oh,
But
they're definitely on market.
so
this. You gotta get
if
the
that thing
glasses.
falls through your living room and like just takes your leg off,
yeah, you own the space station.
somebody pays for that?
Yeah, you own it. It's
How does
yours
that
now.
happen?
But how do they know? Like,
How do they even know this comes from? This
right? What?
space
How do
station? I guess it's like probably got a serial number on it.
they carbon
markings?
date it?
But I'm
Josh,
saying,
tell me about this. How does it work?
How do they know this doesn't belong to an alien craft?
if pieces of technology fall from the sky, and even though it might be burnt up, and none of those components look like anything you put up there, we are in a completely different problem.
Yeah.
That's a completely
Sure.
different problem.
Sure.
So it better be from the space station.
Now here's the thing, and I generally don't like to get on board with these conspiracy theories. Y'all just like eat them like for breakfast.
Let's go.
I will say though, if some piece of junk fell from the sky and NASA doesn't think it's from the International Space Station,
You're going to assume
they're
Boeing.
damn well gonna claim that it
That
is.
it claimed that it came
right?
from the space station. Yeah.
And then
Because
we're talking
what
about
do
50 years
what do
later.
I know? Right? What do we know?
I don't know.
We just know what we're told.
I just believe that
we're
this,
just sheeple over here.
Yeah. Sheeple. I believe this came from the
I'm
space
kidding,
station
guys.
because I'm reading the headline saying that this came from the International Space Station space junk. That's what's
It
told to me,
very
and
well better had come from the space station.
yeah,
So-
I have no reason to believe otherwise.
But why is it falling apart now?
So they jettisoned it intentionally. They
So
replaced
they just threw this into space
batteries.
and hoped. That's a battery?
No, it's not.
Carry on.
They replaced lithium-ion batteries a while back, and they jettisoned the pallet and the attachment and all that stuff that it came up with in order to dispose of it. This is a stanchion from that pallet unit that held the battery.
It's like when you're riding around East Baltimore and somebody was changing their brakes and they just left the pads in the street.
Similar to that. That's right. Except they threw it in the gutter,
Right. Okay.
right? The metaphorical gutter
Yeah.
of
Yeah. They
Earth's orbit.
right. Yeah.
Do you think maybe OJ's ride was hiding space debris coming from down?
He was going so fast because he didn't want to get hit by it. These
what it
schmucks in Florida were just sitting in their house like idiots.
And of course it was Florida.
Why not? It wants to go home.
It's right. It's going where it started.
All right.
This fragment of, what was it called? Inconel? I just had the
some type
Wikipedia
of
open
alloy?
for that. There it is.
Nickel
That's
chromium base. It's a nickel chromium.
Oh, it's a
base.
super alloy,
Is
guys.
it worth something? It's got to be worth
Utilized in
something.
extreme environments where components are subject to high temperature, pressure, or mechanical loads.
How fast did it come down, and then how much damage did it do?
Also a great question.
Is it worth more to keep it and not tell anybody, or is it worth more to get paid out?
Well, here's
I
the
mean, NASA's
problem.
got to cut a check.
Here's
you'd
the
think.
problem with not telling anybody. A while back, there was, I think it was in Peru, maybe somewhere in South America. So this kid was out and found this cool, like, little box that had glowing powder in it, and he's like, "Look, Dad, look at this stuff." And the dad's like, "This is awesome, Steve. Come over here." Or however you say
And it
Steve in
wasn't-
Spanish.
it wasn't-
And then they got the whole village over. And then they got the whole village over, and then half of them died of radiation poisoning because nobody said anything.
Classic.
They sniffed it, right?
And it was
No,
decommissioned. It was a decommissioned X-ray machine.
I thought it was.
Okay, so are they
Perfect.
now? Did they not say anything because they didn't know to say anything, or did they not say anything because they legitimately didn't want to say anything? Because those are two
Sure,
different things.
great
or
question.
we're scared to say anything.
But here's the thing, Isaiah: we can't ask because they're dead.
Oh.
So you said Peru and
Well,
glowing powder. I
guess
thought it
we'll
was
never know what they
cocaine.
did, right?
But
How are superheroes?
No, that's Colombia.
How are superheroes not a thing yet? Stand by it.
that too.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
This is a little bit of movie news. We're coming to the end of this. Martin Scorsese reteaming with Leonardo DiCaprio for a Frank Sinatra biopic. I didn't find this
old
particularly
Blue
interesting,
Eyes.
but I do feel like Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio need to break up.
They're not breaking up. They
I
make
know,
some-
but they need some time away from each
too
other.
much
It's a
money.
little weird.
Too much
It's
money
a little
there.
weird at this point.
that
I don't
he
know-
only makes money.
don't know if
I mean,
wanna see
movies
Leo
with.
as Frank.
Like, why is Martin
think
Scorsese?
he
Like,
can do
what
it.
are they doing to each other?
You know what they're doing to each other.
I just
They were at Diddy's house.
every
The
movie
diddler, baby.
They were getting ditty to ditties.
They was at Diddy's house.
the diddler.
they live together.
They was at Diddy's. They was at Weinstein's. No, let me stop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we can either go political or we can be, slanderous. One or the other.
Look, YouTube. You can't have your cake and eat it
I
too.
think
You
YouTube
gotta
only
look-
cares about politics.
Very
Okay.
good.
No, man. I mean, they make magic together, but it's also at a point where it's becoming kind of like really like super niche, and it's like we would like to see Leo in like other stuff.
I'm okay with him. I think
And it's-
retiring. I
You
feel
just want
like
him gone.
I've seen enough Leo in my life.
He has been around
He's been
A
around.
while.
He's been doing heaters for a
Gilbert!
long
almost
time.
30 years now. Right?
Gilbert,
When did
yeah.
Titanic come out? Was it 98?
We
97?
I want to say that
He
that's
did Gilbert Grape
correct,
before that,
98.
and he did something else before
No,
that.
truth. You're right. He did. Yeah.
But like, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. He can act. We understand. He's probably one of the best who's ever done it. We get
He's
it.
a goat.
You know.
But
Yeah.
I'm also
But
kinda
I feel
like
like he's in this like weird place now where he kind of just does the same character over and over and over, but
The
with, like
distressed-
just different,
the distressed 40-year-old
different garb on, right? It's
Yeah,
like we get it. He really playing like
easily
very,
startled, very emotional. Yeah,
But that was
sweaty.
But that wasn't Frank.
I think he
And I don't
can.
want to see Leo as Frank.
Oh, all it's gonna be is
I do
Great
not want
Gatsby with
Exactly.
women and cigarettes
1,000%.
Yeah.
And the mob.
and the mob. Yeah,
That's why he got the role, I feel like.
because he did the Gatsby. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because Martin Scorsese loves
I
it.
really enjoyed Great Gatsby. But
I think when I saw the article, I think they used a Great Gatsby photo or image. Oh, dude.
is that Bo?
That's classic.
Who is that?
Joe Dix.
Joe Dix.
I wonder what he's up to these days. I don't even remember, dude. I don't even remember Joe
There's a
Dix
video at some point.
being at my house.
Yep. We're watching Titanic. Look at how interested he is in this.
No, I see what's happening.
I really enjoyed him. I wonder how he's doing.
Yep.
a
One of
great
these
question.
is oh, there's the video. Can I?
That's
will it play?
remarkable, dude.
Will it play? Oh, so excited. So excited.
Joe Dix.
Joe Dix.
What a sweetheart.
He was a very nice guy. I didn't know she had her tits out in the movie.
Are you kidding? It's like the most
I
famous
mean, I
scene
remember-
ever. Oh, I've got a question. This is. I don't know. Could be
What?
low key racist. I don't know. Did black people like Titanic?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Was that like a thing?
Our cousin's one of her favorite movies is Titanic.
I also think like
Okay, all right,
it was
good.
it kind of missed me, like, because I was so young when it came out that
Well, they were just really focusing on icebergs.
And
They missed everything except the iceberg.
and black people in boats don't really.
Thanks. True.
Well, but I think as a consumer,
Yeah.
I think everybody kind of. It's like one of those movies you've had to see
No, I
at some
know.
point, like at least one time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But like it wrecked some white people.
Oh no, it didn't wreck.
Oh no.
No,
Oh yeah, dude.
no.
Yeah,
I'm
people
a
wrecked
sorry.
yeah, some. I'm not me, but like there are women like naming their kids and stuff after
No,
characters. and
Amistad
stuff.
did that for us.
I was gonna say Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are-
Ricky dying.
those are different
My
things.
God, I would actually say Ricky and Leo in Titanic have more in common than most characters.
You should remake it and put them both on the boat.
in the but
Carnival shit.
black
It'd be
people in
like
boats.
a love story, a love story between the two of them.
I can just see it being like a Tyler Perry movie or Soul Plane esque.
See, you know what? That's what I'm saying. Like, Leo, go do something. Like, you haven't done anything.
Something off color.
Has he done comedy?
No.
I know that Wolf of Wall Street was pretty funny. It had some very funny moments.
Some of the
right?
best acting I've ever seen, though.
but also equally dark. But I don't know if
Very
he's ever
dark.
done like a straight ahead comedy.
No, man. Give us like a weed movie. Something, a buddy
He's
cop.
not gonna fit into that.
Would
Come
you consider
on.
Don't Look Up a comedy movie?
I'd say dark comedy.
Okay.
No, it's
As,
not
as
like
much
in
of a
your
comedy
face.
as much of a comedy as Wolf of Wall Street was.
Yeah, real dark.
It wasn't like a
It was
straight
funny
ahead.
because it was happening. They weren't I don't think they were in
It was not like a Step Brothers.
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Give us
yeah,
something like that.
or like a Wedding Crashers
Yeah.
or
Does he
something.
know how to act funny?
yeah,
I don't know.
Act.
That's my point.
Have you
I
saw
don't know.
Gilbert Grape?
I don't. Wait, is this the stuff that he's? Oh,
This is
produced?
actor.
Once
Yeah,
Upon a-
he's had a lot of production
Once Upon a
credits.
Hollywood was pretty good.
I was gonna say, my gosh, what weird movies he wasn't.
Yeah, IMDb's really laid out.
I wonder if
pretty
they
badly.
consider Up a comedy. I bet you they do.
Django Unchained.
He
That
was
was
funny in Django.
yeah.
But
He was
Calvin
playing a
Handy
serious
is not
role.
a funny character.
No.
Yeah.
See,
Right.
again, and Quentin Tarantino's movies, again, have very
Catch Me If You Can. That was kind of funny at times, but not
that
a
was
comedy,
kinda
right?
like terminal.
I'm
low.
talking like
Yeah.
slapstick.
It was that weird time in movies where things were just straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're back to the 90s.
You just like watched,
Basketball
you just
Diaries.
watched people. Critters
I think he
3.
might be good playing Sinatra.
Oh,
he'll
The
be
reason
great.
I say
He'll
that-
be
the
great.
reason
Look
I
at
say
that.
that too is because Sinatra was also into younger women.
Uncredited.
He was what?
Yeah.
Sinatra was also into younger women,
Yeah.
and so is Leo.
So it speaks to
I
him.
didn't think about it like
I think
that.
there'll be something come out of his soul in that movie for
Yeah.
sure.
I agree.
I didn't
just
think
don't
about
see
that.
him as-
That's
I
so
agree with you,
true.
yeah. I think
So
it would be
true.
overplayed. It's like haven't we seen you do this?
How does he
That's
have
what I'm
more
saying.
production credits than acting credits?
So
Well, because you
Drake,
can produce a lot of stuff.
Drake
Yeah,
and
that's
Leo
true.
walk into a bar,
You don't really have to be. You're
and
not
they walk
as
out
involved.
because there's no women in there.
Walk into a bar and there's no one there they're interested in.
Right.
A joke.
All right. Let's see.
Rebel Moon?
Rebel Moon 3. Rebel Moon 2 comes out in a couple of days.
I'm ready
it's
for
the
it.
19th, I want to say. Is that
Dune
Friday?
2,
It's Friday, right?
It is Friday.
You watch it yet? No, you went to see
I
it.
saw it in theaters.
It's on streaming. I got it queued up. As soon as,
It came out on Fandango TV or something, didn't it?
I
Can you
saw
get it
it
on Apple? Fandango Home?
What?
Is that a thing?
Nah, I got it on.
Look it up.
I got it on.
Plex.
Yeah,
That's different though.
that's 4K.
I'm talking. No, I understand that. What I'm saying is like where
Oh, Voodoo has become Fandango Home.
where it originated, which is Fandango Home. They have, I think, the rights to it for whatever reason for video on demand
it's on
first.
Apple.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's on Apple.
What are we talking about right now? I
Dune
lost
Dune.
2.
You were talking about Rebel Moon. And
I
I'm
saw
like,
on
I
streaming,
saw an
right?
article that said that Fandango had it, but maybe Apple has it too.
yeah, I got the notification to. Oh, you can rent
It
or
will be on
buy.
it's on my favorite streaming platform. So
What's that?
We'll see. I'm in the store right now, dude.
We're
Check it out. Currently in theaters. Buy or rent it now.
There you
Wow.
go. Yeah,
Wow.
I should just
First
buy
Rebel
it.
Moon good? I haven't seen it yet.
First
Yes.
Rebel Moon.
Yeah,
You're a Star Wars fan?
yeah, big Star Wars.
Then
fan.
you'll enjoy it.
okay. As someone who's not a Star Wars fan, it's like a
So you'll watch. You're like a big Star Wars fan, or you just?
Yeah, like I literally bought like the Philips Hue lights that go on the back of my TV.
Oh,
so that I can
okay.
watch
So
Star
you're
Wars.
gonna enjoy this, and then when you're
Damn.
never mind. We'll talk. Okay. You at me, and we'll talk about it.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that 2 is better than 1. I was unimpressed with 1.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not impressed, and I'm not unimpressed. I'm just kind of like.
I get you. Rebel Moon 3. It's
I don't
on,
want to spoil it for my man. Right.
it's on the way. That's all I'm saying. Rebel Moon 3 is on the way.
Yeah.
Already in development. So the second one must be better than the first, is what I'm thinking. It's not.
They always
It's
lean
got to be
into the
going
sequel.
up. It can't be
Yeah.
going
so for
down.
me, as someone who's not the Star Wars fan, right?
Yeah.
Like if Star Wars didn't exist, well,
I don't think this movie would exist if Star Wars didn't exist.
right?
Yeah.
But as someone who's generally not, it's just a casual.
It's
Rebel
still. It's still an enjoy.
Rebel
Like my
Moon was
wife
good
enjoyed
enough
it.
to make
Yeah.
me say, okay, this is reminiscent of that, but this was good.
Sure. I get you.
So I think they're really going after the people like me. They're not.
Yeah. No. They're trying to create something else for people that like that, but people that like that are watching that saying, "Yo, that's the same thing."
Exactly.
Would we say it's adult Star Wars?
Yeah.
Because Star Wars is honestly made for kids of every generation. This
Yeah.
came out.
That's what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Joker 2.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
Don't insult me.
Joker 2. Joker 2, the trailer.
Oh.
It's out. It came out.
I saw it
You saw it. You watched it.
unwillingly. Yeah, I saw it.
Were you a fan of Joker?
No,
No.
that's not Joker.
Does Joker 2 intrigue you at all? Do you watch that and think like, oh, this could be fun?
Oh yeah, let me put my tux on and go watch a musical. No, I don't.
Okay.
It's
Honest reviews, dude. Honest takes.
so
I don't. To be fair, I don't disagree with you necessarily.
as a comic book enthusiast, Batman fanboy.
It's a stain on their
It's a
reputation.
joke. It's a joke.
Well,
It's
it is called
it's
Joker.
not. It's not. It's not. So we know. We know.
kinda told you
like
what to
even
Is that part of the gig? Part of the gag, rather, not gig.
kind of like even Christopher Nolan's Joker was the best iteration of a grounded Joker where we were probably ever going to get because Heath Ledger knocked it out of the park. But that still wasn't like canonical. How do you say it? Canonical to what the Joker is in the comic books. Like still, and it was still great.
Has that existed yet,
this-
though?
Yeah, Michael Keaton's.
Mark Hamill too in the animated.
Oh, and that
series.
too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that, those like Bad Acid comes out, he's batshit crazy. That's the Joker. Like for this, I like what they did in the Nolan. I love what they did in the Nolan, but it's still, let's be real,
So
it wasn't.
Can I ask
It
a
wasn't
question?
the Joker. What?
Why aren't they taking the one of the pseudo origin stories of the Joker?
'Cause he
and
doesn't have
adapting
one.
them to film? Because
That's the great thing about the Joker. He doesn't really have one.
exactly. So why not take the Red Hood origin story of him falling into the vat and coming out as somebody
too easy.
different but most of
On
the
one
public-
hand, that's the luxury of having this character who doesn't have a traditional origin, right? And he's written purposefully like that. where every couple of years another person can come in and kind of build onto what the origin story was and retcon it and make it something different. Right. So that's the luxury of having this character where you can kind of go off the rails and make him whatever you want. Right. And what that does is it kind of taints the image of that from like my point of view, because I'm like, even in the comic books, there's still there's consistency, even if the origin isn't the same.
But that's what I'm saying. So why does it seem like DC does this thing where they look at the source material and say, okay, that's great, but we're gonna do
We've talked about Warner Brothers, man. They are the inmates running the asylum.
Because the Joker seems like this character where as long as you keep it semi-consistent with the source material, you can kind of go wherever you want.
Yeah, anything associated with their big three, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman.
Like as long as he falls into a vat, as long as the Red Hood shows up, and as long as he eventually encounters Batman, I feel like you can do whatever you want. Right. But they seem to want to do
They don't want
to.
Yeah, I think they went this route to tell a story about a Joker without having to linchpin it to Batman and not have to do a Batman, because I think that there's some type of licensing involved with even using the Batman name on their end that costs a lot of money. And they're doing the Spider-Man thing with Sony right now where, look, we can make a lot of cash kind of insinuating and attaching and not having to spend as much rather than using him and having to spend so much by using that name. Like, I don't know what that...
The cost of the Joker is less than Batman.
Oh, absolutely.
But
I mean, they own it, but then there's
association
licensing and then there's
kind of thing.
ownership of who created him and whatever, where they're like, look, it costs super less to use this guy and attach him.
I feel like the Killing Joke movie series, it's like live action movie series, is worth the cost if done right.
Yeah. There's so many that they don't do right. I can't answer that for you.
I think they're trying really hard to get an Oscar. I think that's what they did it with the original
Could
Joker. I kind of think the same thing with Joker too.
I think it was some incredible acting. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I thought it was a great movie. It is not the Joker. It is a man dressed up in face paint, running around acting crazy. That is not the Joker.
I think that DC movies recently have probably, or maybe like let's say not like last 10, 20 years, how many times have they done an origin story? Like almost a lot of those movies are all origin stories, right? I think they're probably also scared to run another origin story again.
Oh yeah, I think we're past I think with the time that we're in where so much information is so attainable, it's your job as the consumer to kind of do the legwork and just go watch the movie and enjoy it rather than us holding your hand through the movie. Like we do enjoy like context. We were talking about Masters of the Air, where you are kind of chaperoned through the threading. That's different than holding your hand through the story, where we have to walk you through the entire introduction, how it happened, the inception of the character, the climax of the movie, boom, 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 right? Where, we talked about the lack of threading in Masters of Air, where it kind of linchpins you from point A to point B. And I think now they just kind of want people to just do your own work. This is what it is. When you come, you better be prepared.
Do your own research.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So Joker 2, not impressed. All right.
I will say you guys scathed by not talking about Lady Gaga, and I do appreciate that.
I love Lady
I was
Gaga.
waiting for some slander, and I was ready to clap on back.
Oh.
Yeah, no fault, I would say, on the Lady Gaga thing. She seems like good. She seems fine.
We'll see.
I think she generally does a good job. Like she's not. She doesn't. Joaquin Phoenix, same thing. Like they do good. It'll be good. Like they do.
My
good
favorite.
Job. They'll do a good job.
Lady Gaga take is not even from Lady Gaga. It's from Kanye West.
What the fuck does she know about Polaroids?
Fuck, she know about cameras.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Director of Polaroid.
Director of Polaroid. She know about cameras.
I will say Lady Gaga has done a fantastic job transitioning her career from just music into music and acting.
Yeah.
I can't hate on Lady Gaga.
She's done a good job.
But what she know about cameras?
She's done a good job.
You watching
Yeah, we'll wrap up, but we'll touch on Fallout real fast. I don't know if you've been checking it out or not.
I started Fallout last night at 1 a.m.
Oh, wow, that's aggressive.
So this is what happened, right? Chanel went to bed. I had like a little siesta, so
Yeah.
I was kind of like still up.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, she's out. Let me. And I've been getting so much Fallout.
Yeah,
I was like, all right,
yeah.
let me just check
in-
out the first couple
get
minutes of that.
into
Because
it.
everybody told me, they're like, the first 10 minutes of the first episode is all you need to get hooked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way. Like,
Yeah.
there's no show does that, right? Yes. That's all you
Sure.
need. First 10 minutes. I made it like 20 minutes in, and I was like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up. But I will absolutely finish it. It was and it's got my man from what is the lead actor's name? That he was the cowboy.
Walter Goggins.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Very good.
I just want to finish real quick. Are you watching X-Men 97?
No, I've not started yet.
Come on.
I know. I gotta
with
get
it.
there. I'm gonna get
you
there.
got it.
I was wrapping up 3 Body Problem. Did
Oh
that,
my gosh.
Finished that. And
You
then
finished it?
I finished that.
I had
and
to
then-
stop watching it at night. I was having nightmares.
That's odd.
It's creepy.
I don't know if I'd put it in the creepy category.
Yeah, they're folding up people's bodies like towels.
That's like in the early episodes.
Yeah, I was having nightmares.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You are.
All right. Well,
You can't call my REM sleeps off.
spooky show, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's nothing. I don't know. I think
I
subconsciously I was just having nightmares.
so you
after
never
watching
finished Three Body
it.
Problem.
No, we're up to episode 5.
Okay, yeah,
We're
It's-
watching it.
It's okay. I thought Three Body Problem was okay.
It's just
I didn't think
okay.
it was great.
No,
I think it's
it's
just
not
okay.
great. It's just okay.
It's pretty consistent throughout. Like it's not. I don't think it gets like worse or incredibly better. I think it's pretty consistent throughout.
It's not great, but it's still better than most things.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some like CGI things and aspects
that
to
are
it
terrible,
that I just
yeah.
cannot stand. But yeah, so give that a finish if you haven't. But Fallout is much better.
Fallout
I think.
is
And all the episodes are available now, which is pretty rad. So
Fallout
yeah,
based on
I'd
the,
go get after that.
video game.
ASAP.
Yeah, so I grew up with the games,
Oh,
like
yeah.
playing them as they came out, like Fallout 3 on the PlayStation 3 and then
Yeah.
Fallout 4 on the PS4.
Yeah.
And they
Oh,
do
it's-
such a fantastic job about diving you into that world. Like it is like copy and paste right out of the game.
Oh, they're definitely about to redo
Design,
it. There's gonna be a new one soon.
They're
Yeah.
gonna $2 off of that too.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, that's it. Episode
it.
80, man. In and out.
80.
It was a solid episode. We went longer than we
Really
do.
did.
So, but this was this was very good.
It
Before we
was
get
good,
outta
wasn't
here.
it? I'm gonna get in
Just
there.
totally looked over it. Forgot all about it.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
But yeah, this is nice. I don't know. For $80, I might say it's a little high at 80.
I'd say it is a little high. It is also, I feel like, one of those ones that you kind of just.
Have we had a rye from Milliman Green?
Is that the distillery?
I don't know if we have. I have a bottle of it over there unopened.
Because
It does
I'm venturing
exist.
to say that's the best rye we've had on the show.
What? I'd argue Bullet still has the best rye out, but this is really good. This is.
Maybe
I'm
the
not
best
mad
rye
at it.
out.
Like I think it's good.
But
I
I say
just
that's the best rye we've had. I haven't been more satisfied with the rye than I've been with that.
well,
You know, I
heard
traditionally don't.
it here
Like,
first, folks. Isaiah likes the rye. All right.
What's that rye we had one time? That was really good. The Noble Oak. They had a good one.
There's some good ones out there. Yeah. I thought that this was fun.
Yeah. Final words, Josh?
I thought it was fun. Take us home. Land
I
the
liked
plane,
it as
dude.
well, and watch. Look up.
Look up.
Okay.
Look up.